Hello YouTube, my name's Nero and today some Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, another episode of DNA Saturday, which is the weekly series here on my channel where subscribers send me in DNA bombs. That was the Cray class we're going to be using throughout the entirety of this gameplay. If you would like, you can go back and pause the video to get a good look at the class, but keep in mind I will be talking about the class periodically throughout this video. What we got going on here is a game of Kill Confirmed here on the map Urban, one of the DLC maps that we got with the Havoc DLC, and if you are a PlayStation or PC player, you can look forward to having this map on your console or your platform of choice in the relatively near future, so this DLC is going to be coming out for you guys relatively soon. That's pretty nice. This gameplay itself was actually sent in by a guy that goes by the name of Epic Gusher, and it's a pretty good gameplay overall. There really isn't a whole lot of strategy involved. From what I can tell just by watching the gameplay, it involves a lot of running around the map. There's no real camping in one area. There's no real locking down spawns or anything like that because it's Kill Confirmed. It really just involves him running around and shooting a lot of people, flanking everybody, and keeping up those UAVs and system hacks. So that's what he really does throughout the gameplay. And I actually wanted to talk to you a little bit about the Havoc DLC in this video, but before we do that, let's go ahead and cover the Cray class. The class he's using, pretty freaking great, I gotta say. It's a class I run pretty similar classes to this when I use the KF5. So he's using the KF5 with no variant whatsoever, like there's no special variant to this, although the Breakneck KF5, if you guys can get that, very, very good variant, I have that myself. But he's using foregrip, advanced rifling, and extended mag. Great setup overall. Some could argue that you might want to have a red dot sight on this weapon just because the muzzle flash is kind of ridiculous, which means using the iron sights at kind of like medium to longer ranges is sometimes difficult, but it's not mandatory. Just a suggestion if you guys want to try that out. But yeah, foregrip, amazing. Advanced rifling for that extra range. Of course, you have extended mag for extra spraying and stuff like that. Just very, very good attachment choices in my opinion. For perks, he's actually using 4 different perks. Low profile and flak jacket in perk 1. He has blast suppressor and toughness in perk 3. All of these just fantastic, amazing perks. Basically, blast suppressor and toughness is like a great combo that I use on almost all of my classes, to be perfectly honest. Very, very good. He's got low profile, which a lot of people use on every single class, as well as he has flak jacket, because of course if you want to play the Havoc DLC maps, you're going to be playing in a mosh pit, which means you will be playing game modes like domination and stuff like that, where flak jacket's going to be very, very useful, whereas a Kill Confirmed maybe flak jacket isn't so useful. If you want to make a Kill Confirmed only class, perhaps you could do it without flak jacket, but since right now you can only play this game or these maps in a mosh pit game mode, then because of that you're going to kind of want to have flak jacket on some of your stuff. And that's basically the Cray class. Very, very simple, but very, very nice, very effective. I like the class a whole lot. Today I want to talk a little bit before the end of this gameplay about the Havoc DLC. Now I want to get some general opinions on the Havoc DLC because I feel as though it's one of the better DLCs that we've gotten in Call of Duty. The maps themselves are all pretty good. I like a lot of them. They're definitely enjoyable to play, and because of that, it kind of makes the whole DLC thing of Call of Duty really kind of seem a lot better, right? Because Call of Duty itself is a pretty expensive DLC. Over the years, they've been actually trying to make that a bit better. You think of the fact that you're paying $15, which is 25% of the initial cost of the game, and you're doing that for 3 multiplayer maps. It's like, I don't know about that. That's how it used to be. That's how it used to be. But they've actually made that a whole lot better over the years. Over the years, they started implementing more maps. You're starting to get a lot more maps. Like with the Havoc DLC here, we got 4 maps. We got an entire new game mode in Exo Zombies. Of course, we get a brand new weapon with it as well. It's making that DLC thing to be a little bit better, because we talked about a couple times that DLC is what really kind of keeps Call of Duty going, and that's why they're trying to make their games as good as possible, because they make a lot of their money off of DLC. And so by doing that, they're going to need to start having their DLC become a bit more viable, stuff that people actually want to pay for. Because back in the day, man, you would pay $15 for the privilege of having 3 multiplayer maps, and you would do it. You'd be like, yeah, 3 brand new multiplayer maps. And if you really think about the value for that, it's like 3 maps. 3 maps when the game art itself already has how many, like 15 maps already built into it, plus a single player campaign, plus a co-op mode and stuff like that. And so I'm gonna pay 25% of the initial price just for that. It's kind of crazy, right? It doesn't really make a lot of sense. And during this area of the gameplay, he actually ends up picking up that SN6 there because he completely ran out of ammo on his KF5. That's one of the downsides, I suppose. You always see people here in DNA Saturday running around with Scavenger. I'm always like, why do you use Scavenger? And I guess this is why. I always just say, just pick up another gun and keep on going with it. But I guess if you're trying to get DNA bombs, it's better to have ammo in the gun that you want to have and not relying on picking up a different gun. But he does pick up an SN6, which in my opinion is one of the better SMGs in the game. I really like using it. It's by far not the best. It's just a fun SMG to use, and right there he actually picks up the DNA bomb. So there we go. I want to talk a little bit about DLC, and I did, I guess. DLC itself in Call of Duty is getting better over the years. It's definitely getting a whole lot better. I think a lot more people are going to start buying DLC as a result, especially if every single DLC pack starts coming with a weapon. Like, it can't be really that much work for the developers to make one new weapon every time a new DLC comes out, right? Just make 4 new weapons when you're developing your game, and just save those for DLC. And if you do that, then more people probably will end up buying it. That was a nice little rampage you went on there towards the end. Just started punching people as the time was expiring here in Kill Confirm just runs through. That was pretty good, man. I enjoyed that DNA bomb. But I want to get your guys' opinion on the Havoc DLC, those of you guys that are playing on Xbox. And if you're playing on the PlayStation, I would definitely be interested to read whether or not you guys are going to be actually purchasing the Havoc DLC when it comes out. I think at the time of this video going up, it's maybe 5 days from now is when it's going to be coming out for people on the PlayStation and people on the PC. So I'd definitely be interested to hear whether or not you guys will be purchasing that. But there we go, a final score of 49 kills and 3 deaths. I hope you guys all enjoyed this episode of DNA Saturday. And if you did, please be sure to leave a rating where you guys feel the video deserves. And if you guys would like to submit your DNA bombs for next week's episode of DNA Saturday, watch the video. It's on your screen right now. There's an annotation you can click, as well as a link to it down in the video description. That'll take you over to that video, which you really need to check out if you are interested at all in submitting your stuff for DNA Saturday. It teaches you everything you need to know. Be sure to check out that video. If you guys would go ahead and check out Mr. Epic Gusher, he's a returning guest here on my channel, having been featured on DNA Saturday before, as well during Chemstrike Saturday last year in Call of Duty Ghost, so you know he's a pretty good player. Over on his YouTube channel, he posts Call of Duty videos. He covers news, he has a weekly Q&A, as well as he has a weekly shoutout series. He does commentary on all of his videos, and he really tries to get his subscribers involved in the video making process and in the topics he does and stuff like that. It's really nice to see somebody that's really trying to involve his subscribers in a lot of stuff that he does, and he does that. So he's got himself a pretty nice YouTube channel going up right now. I like a lot of the videos and the kind of videos that he actually posts. So if you guys want to check him out, you can do that at youtube.com/epicgusher. Keep in mind the I in epic is a 1. Keep that in mind. So hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode of DNA Saturday. And if you did, please be sure to leave a rating where you guys feel it deserves. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.